Things that happened on the 30th of October 2023. And then, accusations, counter-accusations. The FCT minister, who was the former governor of Rivers State, also reacted to some of these accusations that are pointing at him. And let's take a listen to the FCT minister.
The state, but let me tell everybody who cares. Nobody can intimidate me. Nobody. It doesn't matter whether you go and bring talks on the road. It doesn't matter whether you want to say you're a job. If I want to do something, I will do it. On that. Yes, they have talked about the crisis in the state, but let me tell everybody who cares. Nobody can intimidate me. Nobody. It doesn't matter whether you go and bring talks on the road. It doesn't matter whether you want to say you're a job. If I want to do something, I will do it. Impeachment is not a military coup. Impeachment is provided under the Constitution. It's provided under the Constitution. I'm not interested in all the rumors, money, this and that. Rubbish. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I just left office how many months ago? I'm an FCT minister. Which money? But nobody can take away our political structure. No one. So I've listened to them. And for me, you cannot walk and people will begin to bring enemies. Those who fought you. When you are struggling for the person to be in office. Nobody does that. Even if you go and say, oh, I heard they said, oh, I gave a limit of how much you can. All those things are, I want 25%. I mean, it's very close. Impeachment is not a military coup. Impeachment is provided under the Constitution. It's provided under the Constitution. I'm not interested in all the rumor.
Stewardship with SNB. Well, that was the former governor of Rivers State and, of course, the FCT minister, Nyesom Ezeonwike. He reacted to the myriads of accusations leveled against him that he was fingered to have perpetrated or sponsored some of these crises that are rocking Rivers politics. He talked about his political structure and, of course, that of the impeachment, that if anybody threatening impeachment is not a coup, rather it is a constitutional affair, and it was right for impeachment proceedings to actually begin against any erring officer so elected. And then he talked about his political structure, and that some persons who hijacked the politics of Rivers State are trying to, do away with his political structure to, install theirs. And Sim has found new friends, forgetting that some persons brought him on board the leadership position. These are some of the things that the governor, the former governor, now the FCT minister, reacted to some of these issues that are rocking town. My guest today in the studio does not need any introduction, but for purposes of this interview, we will just do well to introduce him. His Highness Anab Saraigbe, National Coordinator, South-South Leadership Forum. Your Highness, welcome to our program.
Thank you all, and good afternoon.
All right. You listened to my intro, and you also saw some of the videos that played, and of course the reactions of the FCT minister. But before we get to all of that, Your Highness,
tear gas was also shot at him, water sprayed on him. He is a symbol of River State. So when you disgrace the governor, you disgrace the River State. And when we know that there was a mutiny, whether it's military or it's civilian mutiny, we need to come in and find out what was the matter. So I came in and I saw the governor. He's alive, healthy, and we had a few discussions, and I left him.
What were those discussions you had with him?
Well, those are not for public consumption.
Because it is believed that you represent part of the Ijaw nation that is being touted in the social media. Did you go there because you are a leader of an Ijaw ethnic fraternity? Well,
I am not an Ijaw leader per se. I may be one of the leaders of Ijaw land, but I'm not the real leader of Ijaw land. I lead the South-South elders. And as a leader of the South-South, coordinator of the South-South elders, I need to be there to be able first-hand to discuss. And you don't forget, I was also the spokesman of the region, the Pan-Niger Data Forum.
Okay.
So I went there to also see what was going on. I was also a state security advisor, and there was this crisis of security, so I have to also go there and assess things for themselves. Having done that within 20 minutes, I left Government House, and I've never got there.
All right.
And from what I gathered in all my visits, there was a coup, there was an attempted plan. So my specialty is information gathering. Having seen what happens, I went into town to investigate what was really the problem. And the problems are very obvious. First, Sim has been treated as a slave. He has been treated as nobody. It's assumed that whatever order that's given to him, he will obey. And he has been obeying those orders. But it got to a point where even those appointees were challenging him. In the government where you are the governor.
How do you know? How did you get this information?
One of my specialties is information gathering. I gather information, process information, and execute them. And so, whatever information I gather, I have to authenticate it, I have to confirm it. Having confirmed it, I'm not telling Rivers people, this is the truth. Let somebody say no. I have had the reaction of the former governor. He did not deny that he was the one who orchestrated the plan. I heard him speak. He did not deny that he was not the one controlling the resources. The man did not deny he was the person who was appointing everybody. He was a de facto governor. He never denied that this was his third term. He perceived this as his third term, using same as a masquerade.
Okay, Your Highness, we'll get to all of that details in course of the interview. But you didn't tell us what Sim told you when you went to visit him. Did he tell you why all of this imbroglio?
Under that situation, I don't need to go and tell Sim to tell me what happened.
But you had a discussion.
I saw him.
You interacted with him.
No. We just saw ourselves. We greeted. Other people were there. Some of the people who signed the so-called support for Wiki were also there. So I'm so surprised that those who came to solidarity with him turn around to sign document that they don't support him, that they support Wiki. So many people were there. I also went there as one of those who came to sympathize with him.
All right. Feelers got from the crisis, Your Highness, indicate that most river people were with Governor Fubara. In your opinion, why was it so?
Well, the fight we saw was not Fubara's fight. God has intervened on behalf of River State. And God wants to pull River State out of the circle of one almighty person who refused to fear God. When we have a Dabugate Desert who refused to fear God, there is something for him. Totality of my assessment of the situation. Wike is trying to play karma upon himself. Law of karma is inviting law of karma upon himself. There's a karma that is going on in River State. Odili and other judge. Were they in talking terms? Even though it was not a full-blown up battle. But they were not in talking terms. You hardly see the judge in government house throughout the tenure of Odili. Whereas Odili works with the judge as a deputy governor. Other judge exposed Odili to the Rivers people as deputy governor. But throughout the tenure of Odili, other judge and never spoke. Then Amechi came. Amechi was the right-hand man of Odili. But he was the person who set up a judicial commission of inquiry against Odili to probe him. Thereafter, Wike came. Wike also the right-hand man of Amechi. He became the albatross. And I keep on saying, let us stop this karma.
It seems history is still repeating itself.
In this case, the governor is not the one fighting. Wike himself is now saying, whether you like it or not, you must fight me. Up till my feelers, the governor is not in position to fight. He doesn't want to be seen ungrateful. But the governor is pushing him too far.
The former governor?
The former governor is pushing it too far. The president invited them to intervene.
Your Highness, I will take you to that presidential intervention as we progress. But let us take it chronologically as the events unfolded from Monday to today.
No problem.
The hallowed chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly was desecrated. Even in my opener, I said so. And then which group do you think should be held responsible for the desecration of the hallowed chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly?
Well, we are waiting for the DSS and the SCID or the police to come up with a statement. They are the official government arm who should be able to uncover. They have all the instruments to uncover what happens there, those who perpetrated the action. But such actions can be diversionary, just to divert the attention of people while they want to do the action game. Sim was lucky because it was like an animal prepared for sacrifice. They've already tied all his hands and put him on the slaughter on the slab for them to put the knife on him, and God intervened. I say so because I've never seen a situation where you're a governor, your predecessor will appoint you your CSO, your predecessor will appoint you your chief of staff, your predecessor will appoint 15 of the commissioners out of 16, you only appoint one. Your predecessor will be the one to appoint all the advisors, and you don't have a say. Your predecessor is the one to approve all things. Come to allocation before...
If I may interject, Your Highness, Governor Sim has been the one sending names to the State Assembly for clearance, this or that.
The voice is Jacob's voice. No, the and is Jacob's and, whereas the voice is Esau's voice.
Oh, really?
Governor Sim was ready, prepared to accept whatever they say. And so he gave the governor, the former governor, the opportunity because he cannot challenge him. It was too early for him to challenge him. And he does not have the strength because he has caged him already. Everybody appointed by him have caged him. And so since he has been caged, all he do is, yes, sir. But there's a limit to how you can even beat your child. He will go out and stone the house. You have tortured this man. Even the state plane, he cannot use it. His wife cannot use it. You've taken the plane from him, having left office as a governor.
Did you know all of this from outside or from inside?
I am a specialist in information gathering. Right? That is my specialty, and that is what I do too well. I can come in here without talking, I will know what is going on.
All right. We will also take you to that issue you're raising. Like I said earlier on, that as we make progress, some of these issues, you are preempting me. We will look at them exhaustively. There's a constitutional crisis as to who is the actual or authentic speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The Martinambe Hule group suspended or removed Right Honorable Edison here as a leader of the House. And then hours later, Edison Ehe told the press that he has been elected as a speaker, the new speaker of the 10th Rivers Assembly. And there were also reports that in the verified X handle of the governor also congratulated him. Hey guy, congratulations for emerging as a new speaker. Constitutionally, it is procedural for anybody to emerge as speaker of either the lower house or the upper house, as the case may be. Who, in your opinion, is the speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly as it stands now?
Whom did the governor recognize?
No, the governor is not the constitution.
Excuse me. The constitution says
Yes.
the governor is to inaugurate the house, which means is the charge of who the house should be.
But the House members will elect
Lest I'm coming now one by one.
fits into the position.
The house
Yes.
is under the governor in the third tier of government.
But it's supposed to be independent.
Independent, yes, but they work hand in hand.
Yes.
The governor, the house cannot be more than the governor. The governor is the head of the government.
Yes.
And the house is an arm of the government. Their own is to make law and do oversight functions, while the executive is to oversee both the executive, legislative, and the judiciary. So the governor is responsible, is the father of all. And so whoever the father recognizes as his son is who the son will be. The governor has told us who the new speaker is. It happened in Edo State. And what will tell us what happened? It has happened in several other states. Any House of Assembly that works with the governor is the House of Assembly. If they make law, who will send the law? The governor has sent the law. They cannot just make law. They must bring the law to the governor. So which of the assembly that can have the law to the governor?
Your Highness, what perturbs most Rivers people and I is, politics is about number. Matsabe Hule claimed to have the highest number of persons supporting him. And then when Edison here addressed the press, he said 24 or about 26% are on his side, elected him. We're wondering, we know that it is about 5 of them that were suspended, himself and some other members of the House. We're wondering how he got that number of supporters that elected him as speaker. So it leaves a vacuum as to who is the rightful speaker of the 10th Assembly. And you are telling us that because the governor in his verified X handle congratulated him, so he becomes the speaker. Isn't that constitutional crisis, Your Highness?
When 26 elected a man as a speaker out of 34, and you're saying it's constitutional crisis, let me tell you something.
But we didn't see the on TV, on camera. We saw it here and the 5 other persons that were suspended by Matizame Hule Assembly.
He said, the other people, did you see them in camera? Did you see the other group in camera who suspended him? No. Signatures have shown that 26 have endorsed it. Politicians, National Assembly, House of Assembly State, what they want is the cash
to work with.
When somebody, have you not heard this story? The hand I raised, did I not bring it down? Have you not heard that story before reverse politics?
You are telling us.
Oh, Okilo era, we are young. The hand that I raised, did I not bring it down? These are things we've had in politics. Politics is not static, it's dynamic. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. After other people said they are not part of the 26 that signed, I've not come out to deny it, that I did not sign. So nobody has come to deny that I sign or I don't sign. The question is, at this level, everybody's watching. Where is the tide going? So everybody will fall in. Nobody want to fall out. In those states, some stubborn boys say, we would agree, we are for Shomole. They were starved throughout the tenure. Obasaki did not recognize them and did not give them one dime to run the office. Whereas those who are working with the Obasaki, they worked with him, passed laws, and endorsed them. Even the issue of Wike and Amechi, we saw what happened. How some legislators were taken to government house as to make their law there. A lot of issues came. Even Wike himself plotted with 5 people to impeach Amishi. We saw all that in Rivers State. So it's not strange. It's not strange new to us politically. Anything can happen. Today you can sleep. The speaker is removed. The senior president is removed. And they keep on doing that. It's all about interest. Wike said politics is all about interest. He said that yesterday.
Yeah.
So if the interest suits you, you go the other way. We don't have principle in politics anymore. Because there's no ideology, there's no manifesto. All they did is grab power, grab money, and let us go.
All right. The police sprayed water on the governor.
And tear gas.
Yeah, shot tear gas canisters on him. Do you think they were acting on anybody's instruction?
Well, the fact remains, he's not the governor. He's the governor, but as a de facto governor. So the police know the de facto governor. You see, if you have dogs in their house, somebody give them meat and fish, and even if you're the owner of the house, they don't recognize you. They recognize the man that feeds them. So if the police knows him, and he knows the police, there will be synergy. But they report to somebody whom they know, and the man has told them what to do. And that's why they acted. I did not deny it.
But the police is now denying that they didn't recognize.
How would they recognize him?
The other members of the crowd.
How would they recognize him? Look, let me tell you. The Commissioner of Police, the Director SSS, is supposed to have daily session with the governor. And the CSO and ADC also supposed to file report on daily basis. Now, this is a crisis period. You don't know who is who. And so you cannot say, oh, you don't know. You must watch. You have to maintain peace as a police officer. And from the gate, you are supposed to have a radio to tell you that who is coming and who is not coming. Those at the entrance supposed to have recognized him and sent signals. They have radio on them.
Governor Fubara of the state.
So if they don't do what they're supposed to do, it's nobody's business. But the truth is, I will advise the governor to quickly call the Security Council.
It unfolds. We're going to be watching all the clips right now. We'll see more of that, and we should, before the end of the day, more of attempts to impeach.
I don't know, but I'm not in government house. But you are supposed to have Security Council meeting.
Earlier, a fire had got to the section of the Assembly complex, and the main chamber will be discussing more on this.
So you should be able to brief them.
It unfolds
and tell them what to do, because this is just the beginning.
We'll see more of that, and we should,
as time goes on, there will be a lot of criminality.
We'll see more of that, and we should, before the end of the day, more of it will
unfold. It's a fallout of this
struggle. We just have to inform our
SIM is not ready to fight, so we are not seeing the other side. While the other sides are ready to fight, they want to fight. The SIM is like coming down,
and the main chamber will be discussing more on this.
Stewardship with SNB.
On every Thursday of the week, this seat beckons at those who superintend over institutions of government, be it politics, economy, personality, or even social-religious life, to give account of stewardship of what leaders have done or doing with the resources allocated to them at all levels and spheres of life. Watch Stewardship on RSTV every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Stewardship with SNB, a point-blank approach to TV journalism.
Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Well, if you have just joined us, the program is Stewardship with SNB from the studios of RSTV here in Port Harcourt. My guest hasn't changed. His Highness Anab Saregbe, National Coordinator, South-South Leadership Forum. He's here in the studio to dissect all that has transpired from Monday, the 30th of October, to where we are today. The telephone lines will be displayed on the TV set. Let the control room assist us with that so that on this segment we'll be taking more of your calls and your questions and suggestions. But let me tell you the rule. Be civil with your language and then go straight to the point. If you have any questions to ask, you ask. If you have any comments to make, do it with every sense of civility. If not so, we will disconnect you as soon as you make disparaging statements on air. And so the telephone lines, once again, are displayed, one for SMS and the other for calls. Do well to call us and let's converse. We have first caller here. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Dekbo. I'm calling from Leon.
Your name is what?
I know they occupy the state. I'm one man. I know occupy the state.
But the governor is not Ikwere now, Temple. The governor is not Ikwere. The governor is Okobo.
No, those people are called leaders now. Now, Uke is occupied everywhere in River State. And the elders, they are under him. They cannot speak out. They are afraid of Uke. We are the youth. We are watching them. By the time we came out, we cannot look anybody. We'll do our mind.
No,
you
cannot do your mind.
This opportunity.
I don't know what you mean by you do your mind. Thank you, Temple. You have shared.
Let everybody calm down. Let the people man do us because that man is a nice man.
All right.
This man wants to help everybody.
All right, Temple.
Let everybody calm down.
Temple, thank you. Thank you, Temple. All right, Your Highness. As a result of this crisis, the elders in PDP waded into the matter, and then it culminated into the president also calling Sim to come over to Abuja, and he also, from what we heard, asked Sim to sheath his sword. And then the elders of the party are saying we stand with Wiki. What do you make of it?
Well, it's not strange to me. It's not strange to me in the sense that throughout the term of Wiki, these elders could not talk before Wiki and exert their position. They cannot even advise him, not to talk before him. They came to visit him. They deceived him into accepting to meet with Wiki. And
how do you mean by they deceived him?
They deceived him from their utterances. You know, everybody saw what happened in River State. Up to this moment, Sim has done nothing. He's not saying he's fighting Wiki. Up to this moment. And look at the way they condemned him for everything. They would have folded his hand for them to impeach him. They would have folded his hand for them to kill him. So I don't know what they want. Up to this moment, the man has not said anything against anybody. He's still seeing it as a father and son, up to this moment. Then the same elders who are supposed to mediate are already taking side with Wiki because they believe Wiki as a federal minister has so much to give to him. They believe with Wiki, this boy has no control. You have to say. They want to strangulate him to accepting their conditions so that they can do anything they want to do with him through Wiki. And so their utterances did not show that, oh, we have mediated between the governor and the Wiki. But what is one thing they don't understand? The governor is the governor of River State. Wiki is a former governor of River State. A former has gone, and the president is what you know. He owns the knife, he owns the yam. That's on one side. If they feel that, as usual, they don't care about the state, if they don't care about their communities, they don't care about their brothers and sisters, all they care is money, then let them follow Wiki to Abuja and be making that money. Allow this boy to run the state. Because you cannot. This boy at the time wanted to resign. When the jubilation was becoming too much, when the oppression was becoming too much, when the strangulation was becoming too much, you advise him, no. Hold on, we'll talk to Wiki, we'll ask Wiki to consider you. The man obeyed. The next thing the boy saw was on the slab, he wanted to stab him, impeach him, mutiny. And you say you should keep quiet. What kind of elders are that? We have elders in River State. These are PDP elders. And I believe that the elders of River State will one day speak. Of course, the leadership from Graham Douglas to Oswald now is Ada George. Ada George, the former governor, is alive. We have Toby, former deputy governor of Rivers State.
They haven't spoken.
They have not. They are elders. They are watching the situation.
How long would they be watching?
They will, how many days? You see, I think they're trying to hear from both sides. They're trying to see how they can wade into the matter from both sides. And I believe when they speak, Rivers State will speak. Because they speak for Rivers State. They're not after what Wike will give to them. Whether the judge was the governor, who was Wike.
Now, you said the governor is holding the head of the knife.
Yes.
And the yam.
The yam.
Why has he rescinded on all of his utterances and actions? That we saw him, you know.
I have told you the man is not ready for fight. Let the people not see him as an ingrate. I'll give you an example of David and Saul. David had all the opportunity to kill Saul because the grace of God was upon him, but he refused to do it. Rather, he showed the sword, said, King Saul, this is your sword. If I had wanted to kill you, I would have killed you. Because that sword was with Saul, and he slept off, and David picked the sword. So, this boy is not ready to fight. People who should not say is the one fighting the governor, the former governor. But rather the former governor, because of karma that is visiting him, is the one that is orchestrating these problems. And I think his cup will soon be full.
Your Highness, now there is a conflict of interest. By that I mean, Mr. President has said, Mr. Governor, please sheath your sword. The PDP Elders Forum are saying, we stand with Wike. Which way, River State?
Like I said, Wike said whatever the president said, he will not honor it. Openly. He said he will not honor it. That what he wants is what he will get. Now, he said the governor went for enemies to support him. If they want to kill him, and so nobody should keep him. The governor is the governor of River State. He's not the governor of PDP. He's the governor of River State. And so Rivers people have the right to protect their governor. The governor is not supposed to serve only PDP. He's to serve all the parties and non-party members. And so if, because he's your son, you had a